These are the real stories of the ER that doctors never talk about.
A female patient came in. She had fallen down and injured her face. Her friends were all, clearly intoxicated.
Hey, did someone else give me a drink?
We need to order a CT of her head. She's not hurting anywhere right now, but she's too intoxicated to clear clinically.
What's wrong?
Need a crash cart in room 3?
These are the untold stories of the ER. As an ER physician, Dr. Justin Strittmatter has a high-pressure job, and he takes it seriously.
Did you hear about the guy who called 911 and says I'm attacked? No. He says, how long's the ambulance going to be? Dispatcher says, about 18 feet.
Come on, that's our best material.
Emergency medicine can be incredibly intense. Most staff like to blow off steam on shift. I prefer to keep my focus.
Did you hear about the podiatrists who opened offices next to each other?
I did a bit of a number on myself, didn't I? Look.
A little bit before midnight that night, a female patient came in.
Hey, did someone else give me a drink? A Bloody Mary.
Her friends were all, clearly intoxicated. They were all in a fairly cheerful mood.
Oh, goody. Oh, they were.
Ladies.
Oh, hello there.
What happened tonight?
Oh, just a little tumble, love. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Okay, we need to take you back to your room and take a closer look at you.
Oh, goody.
Oh, I thought you would never ask.
All right, Kay, just hold still for me here. We're gonna...
1 minute, we were at my engagement, and the next thing, Kate's face down on the sidewalk.
I fell off the stupid curb.
Yeah, she was trying to hail a cab, and she broke her heel right of her shoe.
My shoe, where's my shoe?
Kay, do you feel any tenderness here in your face where I'm palpating? Does any of that hurt? How about back here?
She felt pretty hard on her chest, didn't you, sweetie? She might need that examined.
The blood that was coming out of her mouth was actually coming from her nasal sinuses, so once we were able to control the bleeding in her nose, the bleeding from her mouth stopped as well.
Her blood pressure's normal. Heart rate's okay. We need to draw some labs on her. Make sure you get a blood alcohol level.
You think she's been drinking?
I'd say so. We need to order a CT of her head and her facial bones. She's not hurting anywhere right now, but she's too intoxicated to clear clinically.
Can we get a CT and emerge, please?
So she wasn't really feeling any pain other than, her facial injuries.
We'll run some tests on you tonight to make sure you don't have any serious injuries,
No,
okay?
it's just a little tumble. I feel fine.
Let's just take the necessary precautions, okay? We do need you to change into a hospital gown as well.
Oh, of course, doctor. But she might need some help to get out of her clothes.
Oh, yeah. Lots of help.
Not a problem.
I try not to laugh in a setting like that. We're a little more serious. Especially when a patient first comes in and we're not aware of exactly the extent of their injuries.
She is ready.
Are the CAT scan results up yet?
They should be up in a minute.
Dr. Strittmatter's intoxicated patient did a faceplant on the sidewalk. She's feeling no pain, but is she hurt?
So what's my prognosis, doctor?
I'll be reviewing your CAT scan shortly. How are you feeling?
Oh, I told you I feel fine. All the better to see you.
All right, well, I'll be back in a few minutes to check on you.
So her initial assessment didn't show injuries anywhere else other than what was obvious. I reviewed her scans with a radiologist.
I don't see any intracranial hemorrhage.
She did not have a head injury. She did not have any fracture or dislocation to her cervical spine.
There's an orbital wall fracture here, the left eye.
Looks like she's got a nasal fracture there deviated to the right as well.
Your patient, interesting reading.
Her blood alcohol level was over 4 times the DUI limit.
We're going to need to put her in for observation, as in let her sleep it off.
Okay.
What? Who is it?
Kate, we've got your CAT scan results back. You've got a fracture of your orbital wall, your maxillary sinus, and your nasal bone. You're going to need to follow up with one of our plastic surgeons, but we don't need to do anything further tonight.
Oh, so is she good to go?
She'll be discharged shortly.
Did you find my shoes? They're my lucky shoes.
Sorry, we haven't seen them.
Just as I was literally about to walk out of the room,
I think I'm having a heart attack.
she sat up in the bed and clenched her chest.
You're probably just feeling the bruising in your sternum from the fall?
Oh, I'm having a heart attack. It feels like a heart attack.
Okay, your ST segments of the monitor are normal. I really don't think you're having a heart attack.
It feels like a heart attack.
Just take a deep breath.
She took a last gasp of breath.
Something is wrong.
I think I'm having a heart attack.
Minutes before being discharged, Dr. Strittmatter's patient has lost consciousness.
I need a crash cart in room 3.
I could see the nurses' station, and usually it'd be 2 or 3 nurses and a tech sitting there. I looked up and I saw no one sitting there. So I knew I was, at least initially, I was, operating alone.
Oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? What is happening?
She was in a rhythm called ventricular fibrillation, or VFib.
All right, guys, listen, you're gonna need to help me. We're gonna need to move her. If you can unlock the bed there, unlock the bed. It's right by your feet.
Typically wouldn't move a patient that goes into VFib from one room to another, but I knew that room was open. I knew that's where all the equipment that we needed was.
Take off her blood pressure cuff, right her blood pressure cuff. Take that pulse ox off her finger. Just rip that off her arm. Just rip that off her arm.
So I disconnected her off the monitor. I basically just grabbed all her leads and ripped them out of the wall.
Got it? All right, let's go. Let's go.
What's happening?
Straight back here.
What do we do now?
I went from one-handed CPR to two-handed CPR.
You need to hit the code button. It's that red button there in the wall.
I don't have my reading glasses on.
Red button behind you. Can't miss it. Right there.
She went over and hit that button, which sounds an alarm in the department.
Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming.
They will. They're coming.
Nobody's coming.
They'll come. Okay, you two, I need you to go out there and find me a nurse.
Nurse.
Dr. Strittmatter finds himself alone just when he needs help the most.
Okay, you two, I need you to go out there and find me a nurse.
Where?
Anyone take over CPR for me?
She's going to
Take
die.
over. Okay, guys, I need you both to wait outside, okay? Wait outside. All right, Melanie, she went into VFib. Let's charge up to 360.
Ready.
All right, I'm clear, you're clear. Everyone's clear. Shock.
Shocking.
Shocked her with 360 joules, so she didn't respond.
All right, she's still in VFib. Again, 360.
She was shocked the second time
All right, clear. Shock her.
Shocking.
and did not respond to that.
Okay, we're going to need to shock her a third time. Let's go ahead and charge it back up.
We shocked her a third time,
Shocking.
and she didn't respond.
All right, she's in shock refractory VFib at this point. We're going to need to give her 1 milligram of epinephrine IV.
The IV is infiltrated.
An infiltrated IV is one where either the vessel wall has exploded or the catheter has come out of place and is no longer inside the vein.
And that means we have no immediate way of getting the drugs into her circulation. All right, I'll do an EJ.
Switch.
Don't take over here. It's your only choice. We need access. Hand me a 14 gauge. Let's prep the right side of her neck.
I place an external jugular line. It's not a site that we typically place IVs. It's usually, an access of last resort.
All right, let's charge back up to 360. Shock her again. All right, clear. All right, shock her.
Shocking.
She's in a narrow complex rhythm.
Her pulse came back, blood pressure came back, and she was breathing for herself. Not adequately, but she was breathing for herself.
Keep bagging her.
Can we get an EKG in the trauma bay, please? Stat.
So once I saw that, I called the cardiologist.
Her EKG shows an ST elevation MI, inferior wall. She needs to be anticoagulated with heparin, but she's post-trauma. Yeah, I just don't know if we can wait.
The medicine we typically give a heart attack patient is a blood thinner. My concerns were that she might have uncontrolled bleeding, in her sinuses or mouth and behind her eye.
Okay. All right, thanks. Cardiologist can't get here for another 30 minutes.
So it was one of those decisions where the risk benefit was difficult, and if one was greater than the other.
We can't wait any longer. We need to start the heparin now. We'll have to take the risk of a bleeding complication.
Dr. Justin Strittmatter has made a risky decision for his patient. Was it the right one?
The cardiologist came, straight into the hospital. He was there in approximately 30 minutes.
All right. How's she looking?
So far, so good. She's spontaneously ventilating.
No further arrhythmia?
Before?
You made the right choice with the heparin. Heard she went into V-fib right in front of you.
She did. It was bizarre.
Well, let's get her down to the cath lab, and we'll see what we find. She'll need close monitoring for any bleeding.
All right, Melly, it's prep her to go to the cath lab.
He took the patient to the catheterization lab, found a blocked vessel in her heart, which had caused her a heart attack. He opened up that vessel and placed a cardiac stent. She was taken off the ventilator the very next day, and she had an uncomplicated post-operative course.
Okay, we're gonna take an x-ray, make sure it's not fractured.
It was an amazing recovery. She left the hospital a week later without any deficits, except for her facial injuries. She needed a plastic surgeon.
Where's that?
Oh, there it is. Our hero.
You ladies headed home?
Oh, home, cocktail lounge, something like that.
All right.
Thank you so much for everything, Doctor.
You're
Really.
welcome. We found something of yours I want to give you.
Oh, what a present. My shoe!
This is a souvenir of your stay here at our hospital.
It's like Cinderella. Oh.
Bless you.
Be good.
Yeah, right, mate. Conga line.
It's very rare that a patient would tell you that she's actually having a heart attack and then actually go into dysrhythmia while you're standing at the bedside. If we would have released her 30 minutes sooner, she would have gone home, probably not survived the ambulance ride back to our ER.
They were arch enemies.